I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success, let's get down to business.
And indeed, we are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. In business, we talk a lot about business here. You are on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you will not want to miss. That's right. We are going to kick off. I've got good news. I'm back with the guru of health insurance, the man himself, Tom Miroballi. Tom, welcome back to Get Down to Business.
Well, thank you, sir, and good afternoon to you.
It's, you know what, I'll be honest with our listeners. We are pre-recording this episode. So yes, we pre-record in the morning, but this is airing timely information about health insurance. And Tom, always grateful for your time. And because you are a busy man these days, open enrollment has been a busy season for you. So again, Tom Miroballi is an independent agent. You can reach him at healthplanchicago.com. We're grateful for your support of the show and grateful for all of the very, very knowledgeable information that you share with our listeners. So open enrollment, tell us about that. Some deadlines have passed and some you are hustling. Those phones are ringing and I know you answer every call.
I do 24 hours a day. If I don't answer the phone, leave a message. I'll call you when I get back. How's that?
Absolutely.
Yes,
so tell us about those calls.
Well, they are calling. I've had clients call off of WIND AM 560, which I appreciate, and I get right back to them. And they're very satisfied with the information that I'm giving them because I don't pull any punches. I ask the people about their health. I ask about their age, if they have any pre-existing conditions, and then I'll tell them whether they qualify for my plans or not. Because I am certified with the exchange to sell the Affordable Care Act plans. So if people do have pre-existing conditions like insulin-dependent diabetes, if they're pregnant, whatever the case may be, I am certified with the government to sell them an Affordable Care Act plan. And but my big thing is I sell short-term major medical PPO plans. This is full major medical PPO plans. Not discount plans like through the Christian organizations. These are full PPO medical plans, and these plans will cover you without the mandatory maternity coverage. And without that mandatory maternity coverage that you have to take under the Affordable Care Act, a business is going through the roof. Just to give you an example, if I have a 57-year-old man and his wife 56 years old, I can give them a $2,500 deductible, 100% coverage after that deductible for $395 a month for the two of them, not each, for the two of them. The least expensive PPO plan under the Affordable Care Act costs $1,415 per month. I'm saving them over $1,000 a month just by putting them on the short-term major medical. And they're out of pocket. I'm saving them over $6,000, $6,050 to be exact, because under the Affordable Care Act, you don't have 100% coverage until you pay out $8,550 per person. Remember, my out-of-pocket on my short-term major medical plans without the maternity coverage is $2,500. So it's substantial savings.
So Tom, again, for our listeners, I'm chatting with Tom Miroballi, health insurance. I always say the word guru, and
Thank you.
independent agent. And that's very, very important because Tom, as you and I were talking off
Yes, sir.
air, it really is about cost savings to so many folks right now, especially small business owners that are getting their structure in place. Every dollar counts, and you shop around to find the right plan for the right individual, and that's very important. But you also, like you said, you are certified on the exchange, and you know all about those deadlines that throughout the year. I mean, I grew up in an accounting firm, and I was used to tax season. But Tom, you've got a busy calendar to watch of open enrollment. So we just passed a open enrollment deadline. I believe it was for folks 65 and older. Is that right?
That is correct. And that ended on the 7th of December.
Okay. And that means that at least that milestone and those calls maybe will start to trickle down. But right now, between now and the end of the year, what should the message be to our listeners? What sort of things should they, if they are in the market for health insurance, what timelines do they need to know? And what are some of the hot plans that are out there that you're hearing a lot of interest in?
Well, the deadline for people under age 65 is December 15th for under age 65. And December 15th is right around the corner. Just because you enroll by December 15th, your Affordable Care Act plan, Obamacare, if you will, is not effective until January 1. My plans, I can get people every day of the year. There is no open enrollment on my plans. They are PPO plans, and I can sign people up the same day if you wish. For example, if somebody wanted a plan today, their policy could be effective at 12:01 a.m. tomorrow morning. So there is no open enrollment. I can enroll these people at any time.
That's so important. And again, I want to share that website, healthplanchicago.com, because people should call you today to get their plans in place for tomorrow morning at 12:01.
Yes,
and you answer those calls quite literally at all hours of the day and night. So we're heading into a new year, and that means that folks should start to make those plans. So very briefly, in our 2 minutes remaining, can you give us an example of somebody, without names, of somebody that you have helped find the right solution for?
Well, I have people calling me and they're saying, "Oh my God, I just lost my job, and I found out what my company's cost is for my health insurance that's in compliance with Obamacare," and they realize that on the COBRA, their price has doubled, because the employer has paid 50% of the bill. So, for example, if an employer pays $500 a month, the employee is paying $500 a month. Surprise, you're on COBRA, you're paying that $1,000 because you're no longer employed. They call me, and I drop their price down to $300 a month instead of $1,000 a month. And they say, sign me up. Now, with my plans, if you have insulin-dependent diabetes, if you've had cancer within the last 5 years, etc., if you have a pre-existing condition, depending upon what it is, if you have lupus, you're not going to get my plans, because my plans do have underwriting. And that's the only positive thing for the Affordable Care Act, is there is no underwriting. You can have all of these diseases, and you can get health insurance through the Affordable Care Act, but you are paying dearly for it.
Yeah, no, understood. Thank you, Tom. So I want to make sure our listeners know where they can reach you so they could have that conversation. The next deadline up on the calendar is December 15th, which is important. But again, we know that they can call you any hour of the day or night. And of course, visit your amazing website, healthplanchicago.com, to get in touch. But Tom, where can they give you a call for that delightful voice of yours?
630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477. And I want to make one more point, is that I have special enrollment provisions that are supplied by the Affordable Care Act, that people, if they lose their insurance, like at work, on the group, they have 63 days to get into the Affordable Care Act if they have a pre-existing condition, or if they don't have a pre-existing condition. So there's many different ways that we can help people, and we do on a daily basis.
Yes, you do indeed. Well, thank you, Tom Miroballi, independent agent, healthplanchicago.com, 630-863-3477, 630-863-3477. We'll have you back real soon, Tom. And I know from my family business in accounting, I know my family would always try to take a vacation after tax season. So I hope you get a well-deserved break after your busy open enrollment season. But thank you, as always, for joining us on the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Speaking of business and entrepreneurship, I am absolutely thrilled to be joined by our next guest. You don't want to miss it, Chicago. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Get Down to Business. Get on my website, shalomklein.com, where you can download the past 7 years of shows, all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. We'll be right back.